Ever found yourself in a situation where you're treated with arrogance and conceit? Or perhaps you are the one unknowingly trapped in the monstrous clutches of pride and arrogance. It's a pervasive issue, one that tends to slip under the radar, yet its effects are far from subtle. This monster, this beast of vanity and high-handedness, is often cultivated in the fertile grounds of our egos, watered by the constant need for validation and superiority. It's a creature that lurks in the shadows of our personalities, often unnoticed until it rears its ugly head in moments of conflict or when we feel threatened. Pride and arrogance, they're two sides of the same coin. On one side, there's pride, an excessive sense of superiority over others. On the other, arrogance, a manner of showcasing that superiority in a crude and disrespectful way. And when these two join forces, they form a monster that can wreak havoc on our relationships, our personal growth, and our overall well-being. It's a common beast, one that roams freely in offices, homes, schools, even on social media platforms. It's not bound by age, gender, or social status. It's a universal problem affecting millions across the globe, but despite its widespread prevalence, it often goes unrecognized, dismissed as a mere personality trait, when in reality it's a monster that needs to be tamed. Taming this monster isn't about suppressing our self-esteem or belittling our achievements. It's about nurturing humility, empathy, and respect for others. It's about acknowledging our flaws, appreciating our strengths, and understanding that we are no better or worse than those around us. So let's embark on this journey together. Let's confront this monster, understand its roots, and explore ways to keep it in check. In this Improvenation episode, delve deep into the character of pride and arrogance. Learn how to identify this monster within and tame it for a more harmonious life. Pride and arrogance are two sides of the same coin. They're akin to a mask, often concealing what lies beneath. But what exactly do these traits look like? Let's delve into the characteristics of the arrogant and proud monster that may be lurking within us. At the heart of arrogance is an inflated sense of superiority. It's an overbearing belief that one is better, smarter, or more important than others. This belief isn't just kept to oneself. It's flaunted unapologetically, often at the expense of others. Pride, on the other hand, is an excessive self-love, a preoccupation with one's achievements, appearance, or abilities. It's a constant need for admiration and validation, a hunger to be seen as the best, the brightest, the most significant. So what does this look like in practice? Well, an arrogant and proud individual often belittles others, whether overtly or subtly. They're always craving praise and respect, yet they struggle to give it in return. They're resistant to criticism, finding it hard to accept that they might be wrong or have room for improvement. They're boastful, regularly blowing their own trumpet, and they're stubborn, rarely willing to back down or compromise. But these behaviors aren't just surface-level issues. They're symptoms of something deeper. Arrogance and pride are often indicators of deeper insecurities and fears. Behind the mask of superiority might be a fear of rejection, a fear of not being good enough. And behind the wall of pride might be a deep-seated insecurity, a need for validation and recognition. It's important to remember that identifying these traits isn't about labeling or judging. It's about understanding, acknowledging, and addressing the monster within. Because only then can we start the journey of taming it, of transforming arrogance and pride into humility and respect. And that's a journey worth embarking on. Behind the facade of arrogance, hidden insecurities and fears lurk. This may seem counterintuitive, but it's often the case. The mind of an arrogant and proud individual is a complex labyrinth, with layers of emotions and thoughts that drive their behavior. At the core, arrogance and pride are defense mechanisms. They are the armor that people put on to protect themselves from the world. Beneath this armor, you'll often find a person who is deeply uncertain and afraid. They may harbor doubts about their own worth, fear criticism and rejection. It's like a pendulum that swings between two extremes. On one end, there's an inflated sense of self-importance, superiority, and a need to be seen as better than others. On the other end, there's a deep-rooted insecurity and a fear of being seen as inferior or weak. This constant swinging between extremes can create an inner turmoil that fuels the arrogant and proud behavior. The mind of an arrogant individual is also characterized by a constant thirst for recognition and validation. They crave applause, compliments and admiration to fill a void within themselves. This is because their self-worth is often tied to external validation rather than internal values and self-acceptance. Furthermore, arrogant individuals often feel the need to project an image of perfection. They strive to appear superior, flawless, and invincible to mask their inner vulnerabilities. Any threat to this image, such as criticism or failure, is perceived as a direct attack on their self-esteem, leading to defensive and aggressive responses. Lastly, let's not forget the stubbornness that often accompanies arrogance. An arrogant mind is like a fortress, resistant to change and closed off to differing perspectives. This stubbornness stems from a fear of being wrong, which is perceived as a sign of weakness. In understanding the mind of the arrogant and proud, we can begin to empathize with their struggles, while also recognizing the destructive nature of their behavior. Arrogant and proud behavior can have negative impacts on various aspects of life. The next step is to explore these impacts and, more importantly, learn how to tame this monster within. The monstrous traits of arrogance and pride can wreak havoc in your life. These destructive attributes can seep into every aspect of your existence, causing strain and damage that can be hard to repair. In the realm of family, arrogance and pride can create tension and friction. It can lead to misunderstandings, disagreements, and even break relationships. Imagine a family gathering where one member constantly belittles others, showcases their achievements, and refuses to acknowledge their faults. It's like a ticking time bomb, isn't it? Then there's the social landscape. Arrogance and pride can make it difficult to form and maintain friendships. People generally prefer to be around those who make them feel good about themselves, who listen and respect their opinions. An arrogant person who always wants to be right, who is unable to accept criticism, can quickly become a social pariah. And let's not forget the professional world. In a workspace, humility, respect, and teamwork are highly valued. An arrogant individual who disregards the ideas of others, who believes they're always the smartest in the room, can stunt their career growth. They may alienate colleagues, create a hostile work environment, and even damage their reputation. But it's not all doom and gloom. Arrogance and pride are not innate traits, they're learned behaviors. And what can be learned can be unlearned. The good news is this monster can be tamed. Taming the monster of arrogance and pride is possible. Yes, you heard it right. We can overcome this beast that often lurks within us, waiting to rear its ugly head. So, how do we do it? Well, the first step is to increase our empathy, to learn to see the world through others' eyes. It's about understanding and sharing the feelings of those around us. Next, we need to embrace criticism. Yes, it might sting a little, but every critique is an opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Remember, it's not a personal attack, but a chance to become better. Moreover, focus on self-development, rather than comparing yourself to others. Everyone has their journey, their pace, and finally, practice humility. Appreciate others, recognize their worth and contributions. It's about acknowledging that we're all part of a larger whole, each valuable in our unique way. So, are there signs of arrogance and pride within you? Are there signs of arrogance and pride within you? It's time to take a moment for some self-reflection. Ask yourself these questions. Do you often feel superior to others, thinking you're smarter, more attractive, or more successful? Do you find it hard to accept criticism, quickly becoming defensive or angry? Are you prone to talking about your achievements and strengths, seeking validation from others? And when you're wrong, do you find it tough to apologize, insisting that you're right instead? If you answered yes to any of these, there might be a hint of the arrogant and proud monster lurking within. But don't worry, recognizing these traits is the first step towards taming them. Remember, nobody's perfect, and we all have room for improvement. Taming the monster of arrogance and pride is an ongoing process. It's a journey of self-discovery and growth, leading to a more harmonious and fulfilling life. Remember, humility and respect are key to forming healthy relationships and achieving true happiness. Join us at Improvenation as we continue our mission to tame the inner monsters that hinder our pursuit of a better quality of life. We invite you to be a part of our community. Subscribe to our channel, give us a thumbs up if you found this video helpful, and don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments. Share this video with those who might benefit from it. See you in the next episode.